Welcome to class students. In this class we are going to discuss port declarations and port connection rules. Port declaration. You have seen in many examples in earlier classes writing code where we are defined input and output. We'll see those things in detail. All ports in the list of ports must be declared in the module. Ports can be declared as follows. You can declare ports as input, output or in-out. Input refers to input port, output port, in-out refers to bidirectional port. Each port in the port list is defined as input, output or in-out based on the direction of the port signal. If you consider an example, a 4-bit full adder. The size of A, B, here size of A is 4-bit, B is 4-bit and sum is also 4-bit. C in 1-bit and C out also 1-bit. Say suppose for this particular symbol of 4-bit full adder, if you want to write the module declaration, it consists of you have to identify which are input ports, what is the size of those ports, which are output ports from the given symbol. A and B are input, size is 4-bit, C in is 1-bit, where size is not mentioned means it is 1-bit, sum 4-bit, C out is output port 1-bit, sum is output port 4 bits. If you develop port declarations for this, you have to give a module some name, full add 4, and you have to include input and output ports A, B, C in, sum and C out. If you consider in the declaration part shown, we have declared with the keyword module full add 4, name given for the module full add 4, sum C out A, B, C in, C underscore out, C underscore in. So all these things, all input output ports we have mentioned as a list here. Begin port declarations section. Output size is 4-bit, so size 3:0, 4-bit, sum we have defined as 4-bit, output C out we have to define it as 1-bit. Here C out should be C underscore out, C underscore out, because here we have defined it as C underscore out. It should be same as this. A and B are inputs, size is 4-bit, we have defined 3:0 and input C in. This portion where we are mentioning input and output ports separating, and this particular list, it should contain everything, input, output and in-out for your design. Right now only input and output, so we have defined a list here and then separated them which are input and output along with their widths or sizes also. Then comes the actual implementation part and then the final end module. Note that all port declarations are implicitly declared as wire in Verilog. By default, input and output or in-out all are treated as wire in Verilog. All are treated as wires in Verilog. Thus, if a port is intended to be wire, it is sufficient to declare it as output, input or in-out. Input or in-out ports are normally declared as wires. However, if output ports hold their value, they must be declared as register. Very important. So output, if they want to store value, then those need to be redefined as register. We'll see in next example, coming example. One more style of representing ANSI C style of port declaration syntax is also possible, where you are mentioning module full add 4. While mentioning list only, we are mentioning mode also. Output, it wants to store value, so we are redefining it as register output, comma register 3:0 sum, by which you can reduce the number of statements here. Otherwise, we would have written here module full add 4 in the same line. Say only you would have defined sum cout A, B, C. Same line we should write. There is no space, so I am writing next line. But when you are typing on software, it should be on same line. And here you should mention output 3:0 sum. This sum need to be redefined as register 3:0 sum with earlier syntax. So by writing these two separate statements, output 3:0 sum, register 3:0 sum, this can be combined as a single statement, output register 3:0 sum. So in port declaration only, port list only, we are writing mode also, then register 3:0 sum, and then similarly output register cout. So here we have to define otherwise in regular our coding style. So output cout, again redefine output as register cout. So these two lines can be combined to form one statement, output register cout. Input 3:0 AB, so it remains as same, input 3:0, A and B are of same size, so I can write A comma B. C in size 1 bit, so we write on next line. Then you write the logic and module. So this is our general syntax that we follow. So this can be written in ANSI C style of port declaration. Here what we have done, first we have written list followed by then output, then redefined as register. So here we have combined everything, output register 3:0 sum, then output register cout. So for first 4 lines, in 2 lines we have written, then input 3:0 A comma B, input Cin. So by these 4 lines, there is no need to write after this semicolon, no need to rewrite as output and in out or register. So already along with the list we have mentioned mode as well as the registers, outputs as register, inputs by default they are wires. This syntax is also supported. We generally follow this syntax. Now if you consider an example declaration for D flip-flop, here if you observe D flip-flop, output Q, output is Q. So if I want to draw from code this symbol, that is possible. You can name given for module is DFF. So for this symbol I can give name as DFF. Which are output? Q is the output. So Q you want to store value, so you are redefining it as register output Q, as well as you are redefining output port Q as a register. Output port Q holds a value, therefore it is declared as register once again. Input D clock reset. Reset is input, D is input, and one more thing, clock is also input. So from module declaration we can derive a symbol like this. So D, clock and reset are the inputs, Q is the output. So what we have to observe here is, in this declaration port list, output Q we are written first. Since you want to store value in output, by default output means it's a wire. You are redefining it as a register so that it can hold a value. It acts as a variable, register Q. Ports of the type input and output cannot be declared as register, because register variables store values and input ports should not store values. So input and in-out ports, we are not defining them as registers, but simply reflect the changes in the external signals they are connected to. Port connection rules. One can visualize a port as consisting of two units, one unit that is internal to the module and another that is external to the module. The internal and external units are connected. There are rules governing port connections when modules are instantiated within other modules. So when you go for structural description, so modules are instantiated in top level module. So and then for those instantiated modules, you are writing one more description, one more module you are writing. So there you have to follow these port connection rules. The Verilog simulator gives error if any port connection rules are violated. If you observe this representation, inputs, okay, if you observe this portion, inputs, internally it is a wire, net. Internally it is a net, it is treated as wire. To this input port you can connect from externally a register or net type. Internally input ports must always be of the type net. Externally the inputs can be connected to a variable which is a register or a net. You please observe the analysis that we have done. Input and output, in-out, by default internally they are treated as nets only, wires we are referring it as net only, and externally you can connect register or net for input, and for in-out you should connect net only. For output type, internally it can be defined as either it is a net or register. Externally when you are connecting it should be a net only. So these port connection rules we need to follow when you are using structural coding. Outputs internally, output ports can be of the type register or net. Externally output must always be connected to a net. They cannot be connected to a register. In-outs, internally in-out ports must always be of the type net. Externally in-out ports must always be connected to a net. Width matching, one more important. Width matching means size matching. It is legal to connect internal and external items of different sizes, okay, when making inter-module port connections. If size is also differing, still you can able to connect internal and external items. That is allowed in Verilog. However, a warning is typically issued that the widths do not match. Unconnected ports. Verilog allows ports to remain unconnected. For example, certain output ports might be simply for debugging, and you might not be interested in connecting them to external signals. You can let a port remain unconnected by instantiating a module as shown below. If you remember the example that we have analyzed, full add 4, instance name here is FA0, sum, then cout should be there, A, B, C in. But here you can observe that sum is defined, A, B, C in are defined, but cout is not connected anywhere. So this particular cout port is left unconnected. Example, if you observe with respect to a full add 4 only, assume that you are writing a test bench, a top level module with the name module top. A and B are of size 4 bit, C in is 1 bit, sum is of size 4 bit. There is a typing error here. Okay. We need to define, we have defined AB, cout we have defined as wire. Full add 4 FA0 sum cout AB Cin. See here you observe the port connection rules. When you are using full add 4, a 4-bit full adder defined earlier, in this module you are defined sum as a register, and you are mapping with a sum which is a wire or net type. So this is allowed. Then cout, which is wire, we are defined as wire, and in earlier case it is also net. So this cout is allowed. A, B, C in are defined as registers. Okay. Externally, internally A, B, C in full add 4 module, they are treated as nets only, but externally you can connect registers. A, B, C in can be a register, that is allowed. Cout, A, B, C in, no problem. These 4 are allowed. But sum, it's supposed to be a net type, which we are defined as a register. When you define sum as a register and you try to assign, you get illegal connection, because output port sum in module 4 is connected to a register variable sum in module top. You will get a warning or error message. So sum, this need to be to avoid this error, sum should be defined as wire. So only cout, A, B, C in are allowed, and we are trying to connect illegally sum which is defined as register. So general tendency in writing stimulus or test benches is input ports we are defining as a register, output ports we define them as wires. So if you define register and if you try to assign, then sum which is defined as a register, you are trying to assign it to net, you will get a error message. And this contains a portion of the code. Then at the end module. If I revisit and analyze once again what we have analyzed in port connection rule, for output, if you observe, internally it can be defined as a register or net, that is allowed, but external signal when you are trying to connect. So if you remember, from module top, in module top, full add 4 acts as a component. In full add 4 also you have got sum, cout, A, B, C in defined. In top also you are defined A, B, C in as registers, size 4 bit and 1 bit, and sum you are defined as register. So these are defined as register. Sum you are defined as register. Cout you are defined as wire. What you are trying to do, a register sum defined in top level module, you are trying to assign to a port that is defined in full add 4 sum. So now why you get error message? Because external signal for full add 4, this register sum defined is different, which is part of top level module.